Hello, students. Today, the topic that we are going to see is not only interesting, but this topic is very inspirational. As you can see on the screen, the topic is 1.3 on the wings of courage. This topic is related to Indian Army. When we talk about Indian Army, exceptional personalities are always going to come in front of our eyes. Sacrifice, determination, patriotism, utmost utmost service, love for motherland. These all factors are going to come when we utter the name of Indian Army. The topic that is given to us for study, that is 1.3 on wings of courage, is related to Indian Air Force. In this topic, one extraordinary personality is explained in detail. So, without stretching the curiosity, let's jump into the topic. On wings of courage, Air Force Marshal Arjan Singh, an icon of India's military history, will always be remembered as a war hero who had successfully led a young IAF Indian Air Force during the 1965 Indo-Pak War. So the topic is related to one personality. His name is Arjan Singh. Remember the rank of the person, that is Air Force Marshal Arjan Singh. Why is he is very important? Because his contribution in the war of 1965 was extremely important. The only officer to attain the highest post of marshal in whole history of Indian Air Force, this is the only one person who has been awarded, who has been decorated with this post, with this rank, that is Air Force Marshal. There is no one in the Indian Army who has got this post. This is the only one, that is Arjan Singh. A special post is created, a special rank is created for him because of his work, because of his contribution in Indian Air Force. So you can easily understand that this person, the topic related to the person, this person is not at all a common person, not at all a common normal army officer. So the only officer to attain the highest post of marshal, the Air Force equivalent to the Army's 5-star Field Marshal. So this rank, that is Air Force Marshal, this rank is equivalent to Army's 5-star Field Marshal. In Indian Army, there are only 2 Field Marshals and only 1 Air Force Marshal. Air Force Marshal is Arjan Singh, and those 2 names are given in the topic itself. We will come across it. The Air Force equivalent to the Army's 5-star Field Marshal. Singh was a fearless and exceptional pilot who had flown more than 60 different types of aircraft. So Arjan Singh was very good, very excellent, skillful pilot. He had experience of handling 60 different types of aircraft. He played a major role in transforming the IAF, that is Indian Air Force, into one of the most potent air force. Potent means very powerful air force globally, and the fourth biggest in the world. Because of his hard work, because of his contribution, our air force has become potent, that is powerful, and fourth biggest in the world. His contribution to the Indian Air Force is monumental. Monumental means very great, enormous. The Indian Air Force grew with him. He was the epitome of military leadership in classical sense, and it is therefore not surprising that he was honored with the rank of Air Force Marshal. So, obviously, because of these greater achievements, he was honored with this title. He was the epitome, that means perfect example of leadership. This is the opinion of Vice Chief of Indian Air Force Kapil Kak said. Singh was honored with the rank of Marshal on the Republic Day in 2002. Sam Hormozji, Framji Jamshedji Manekshaw, and K.M. Kariappa were the only two army generals honored with the rank of Field Marshal. So remember these three names. In the Indian Air Force, the only one rank that is given to only one person, that is Air Force Marshal Arjun Singh. And Army's two ranks, that is 5 stars, will be there on the shoulder. Those two people are Manekshaw and Kariappa, were the only two army generals honored with the rank of Field Marshal. Known as a man of few words, Singh was not only a fearless pilot but also had profound knowledge. Profound means enough knowledge, very big knowledge, enormous knowledge about air power, and applied it in a wide spectrum of areas. Singh had assiduously led the IAF. Assiduously means carefully led the Indian Air Force during the 1965 war and denied success to Pakistani Air Force, though it was better equipped with American support. In 1965 war, Pakistan Air Force was supported by America, and at that time our Air Force was very newborn baby, very small in size. But in spite of these all adverse conditions, Arjun Singh was managed to defend the borders of India. His most outstanding contribution was during that war, said Kak. Commending his role, that means officially praising his role in the war, Y.B. Chavan, the then defense minister, had written, Air Marshal Arjun Singh is a jewel of a person. So he himself praised the defense minister of that time. He is a jewel of a person, quite efficient and firm, unexcitable, but a variable leader. In 1944, the Marshal had led a squadron against the Japanese during the Arkan campaign, flying close air support mission during the crucial Imphal campaign, and later assisted the advance of the Allied forces to Yangon. Today it is known as Rangoon. So remember these three missions. He led a squadron, that means Indian aircrafts, a group of Indian aircraft against Japanese in Arkan campaign. That is one. He flied. He supported. He provided support in crucial Imphal campaign. That is second, and the third one, he assisted the advance of Allied forces to Yangon. That is Rangoon. The place today it is known as Rangoon. Due to these three activities, in recognition of his feat, in recognition of these activities, he was awarded with the Distinguished Flying Cross, that is DFC, on the spot by the Supreme Allied Commander of Southeast Asia, the first Indian pilot to have received it. He was the first one who received DFC, that is Distinguished Flying Cross. Singh was selected for the Empire Pilot Training course at Royal Air Force Cranwell in 1938 when he was just 19 years of age. So at very small age he got a huge tremendous amount of success. He retired from service in 1969. Singh was born on April 15, 1919 in Lalpur, now Faisalabad, Pakistan, and completed his education at Montgomery, now Shahiwal, Pakistan. His first assignment on being commissioned was to fly Westland Vepatti biplanes in the northwestern frontier province, that means the Pakistan area, as a member of the number 1 RIAF squadron, that is Royal Indian Air Force squadron. He joined Indian Air Force before independence, and before independence our Indian Air Force was known as Royal Indian Air Force, remember it. After a brief stint, after a short period of time, with the newly formed number 2 RIAF, that is Royal Indian Air Force squadron, where the Marshal flew against the tribal forces, he later moved back to number 1 squadron as a flying officer. So after a very small period of time, he was promoted to the higher rank. He received the rank of flying officer to fly the Hawker Hurricane, a very good quality, tremendously powerful aircraft was given him to handle. He was promoted to the rank of squadron leader in 1944. For his role in successfully leading the squadron in combat, he was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross in 1944. Now he got this Distinguished Flying Cross second time. First time he got because of Imphal campaign, then Rangoon campaign. Due to those activities, he got the first Distinguished Flying Cross, and afterwards he got Distinguished Flying Cross in 1944. On August 15, 1947, that is the independence, we got our independence, he achieved the unique honor of leading a flying past. Flying past means our Tiranga was hoisted by the Prime Minister of India, and at that time a group of aircraft went saluting the flag, that is known as fly past, of over 100 IAF aircraft over the Red Fort in Delhi. After his promotion to the rank of Wing Commander, he attended the Royal Staff College at the UK, United Kingdom. Immediately after Indian independence, he commanded Ambala in the rank of Group Captain. In 1949, he was promoted to the rank of Air Commodore and took over as Air Officer Commanding, that is AOF, of an operational command which later came to be known as Western Air Command. Now this is very high rank, that is Air Officer Commanding. He was the main person, authority person to control with his signal the whole Indian Air Force was moving and operating. Singh had the distinction of having the longest tenure as AOC. Now he controlled that, he was on that post, on that rank for longer period of time. That is Air Officer Commanding. of an operational base initially from 1949 to 1952 and then again from 1957 to 1961. After his promotion to the rank of Air Vice Marshal, he was appointed as the AOC, that is Air Officer Commanding in Chief of an operational command. Towards the end of 1962 war, he was appointed as the Deputy Chief of the Air Staff and he became Vice Chief of the Air Staff in 1963. Now, Vice Chief of the Air Staff is the highest rank in Indian Air Force. He was the overall commander of the Joint Air Training Exercise Shiksha held between IAF, that is Indian Air Force, RAF, Royal Air Force, and RAAF, that is Royal Australian Air Force. On August 1st, 1964, in the rank of Air Marshal, the Marshal of the Air Force Arjan Singh took over reign of IAF, Indian Air Force. So he got the total command, total control of Indian Air Force at a time when it was still rebuilding itself and was gearing up to meet new challenges. At that time, our Indian Air Force was very newborn. Equipments were not available, good aircrafts were not available, but still, Arjan Singh managed to succeed. Singh was the first air chief to keep his flying currency till his CAS. Arjan Singh was so great pilot that to the end of his retirement also he was able to fly the aircraft, the fighter aircraft. Having flown over 60 different types of aircraft from pre-World War II era biplanes to the more contemporary recent new models also he was able to control, like gnats and vampires. He has also flown in transport aircraft like the Super Constellation. In 1965, when Pakistan launched its Operation Grand Slam with an armored thrust targeted at the vital town of Akhnur, Singh led IAF, that is Indian Air Force, through the war with courage, determination, and professional skill. In that war in 1965, Pakistan was at a very good position and there were restrictions. He, he inspired IAF, Indian Air Force, to victory despite the constraints imposed on the full scale use of Air Force combat power. So at that time, on our Indian Air Force, there were constraints. Constraints, that means restrictions. In spite of those restrictions, Arjan Singh managed to succeed. Singh was awarded Padma Vibhushan for his astute leadership, sharp and intelligent leadership of the Air Force during the war. This is a civil award which was given to Air Force Army person. Subsequently, in recognizing of the Air Force contribution during the war, the rank of the CAS, that is Chief of the Air Staff, was upgraded and Arjan Singh became the first Air Chief Marshal of Indian Air Force. He remained a flyer to the end of his tenure in IAF, visiting forward bases and units and flying with the squadrons. He retired in August 1969, thereupon accepting ambassadorship to Switzerland. So he was the ambassador. When he retired, he was Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, that is Indian Territory, Delhi. So he was the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi also from December 19 1889 to December 1990. Having been a source of inspiration to all the personnel of armed forces through the years, the government conferred the rank of Marshal of the Air Force upon Arjun Singh in January 2002, making him the first and the only five-star rank officer with Indian Air Force. So he is only one person in whole Indian history, Air Force history, who is holding the five-star rank. Thank you.